Every task in Excel starts with selecting a cell. In this video, I will show you the correct way to select single and multiple cells in Excel. Let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome back to MBA Beginner Excel course. In today's video, we will learn about selecting a cell introduction. Before proceeding, let me remind you, uh, if you missed any of our previous videos on Excel, firstly watch those videos as all these videos are interlinked. You can simply click on I icon above, or you can directly go to the playlist section to find all the relevant videos there. If you want to master in Excel, I will suggest you to please note down all the important points and formulas so that it will be easy for you when you revise. So let's come back to today's topic, which is selecting a cell introduction. So let's get started. Firstly, let's try to understand what is selecting a cell. Selecting a cell means making it active so that you can work on it. When you click on any cell, right, when you click on any cell, Excel highlights it with green border. This green border tells you that the cell is selected and ready to use. Right here you can see, for example, if you click on a cell, let's suppose for example F1, right, cell F1 will become the active cell. Now you can type text, numbers, formulas, or anything you want into it. For example, here we want to put it like, for example, whether that is work from home or office. So let's suppose, for example, it is Rahul is doing work from office, WFO, right? So he is doing work from office. So this was the active cell, and we put some data in that cell. Now let's try to understand how to select a single cell. Selecting one cell is very easy. Simply move your mouse pointer to the cell you want, right? Now click once with the left mouse button, right? Like this. The cell is now selected. You can also use the arrow keys like this, right? Tab key, enter key, right? uh, on your keyboard to move from one cell to another cell. We have already discussed in detail all these things, right, in the previous videos. Now it is turn to learn how to select multiple cells. Sometimes you need to work with more than one cell. So we are going to learn how we can select multiple cells at the same time in Excel. As you might have noticed in our videos, so far we have selected only one cell at a time, and any modification that we do applies only to that particular selected cell. For example, when I select, let's suppose E6, right? A6, right? Then yeah, E6. Let's suppose, for example, I am clicking on E6. Then I am clicking on backspace, right? The data gets deleted, but in E6 only, right? Similarly, all the other operations and functions that we are going to learn in the future will only apply to the selected cells. For example, changing the font or changing the color of the text or any other such operation will only apply to the selected cell. So far we have only selected one cell at a time, but now we are going to learn how we can select multiple cells at the same time. So you can select multiple cells whether they are contiguous or not. Contiguous cells are adjacent to each other or next to each other. For example, A1, A2, A2 is the contiguous of, for example, A1, A2, A3 is the contiguous of A2, A2, or A2 is the contiguous of A3, right? So contiguous cells are adjacent to each other or next to each other. Let's suppose, for example, B1, B3 is the contiguous of A3, right? So contiguous cells are adjacent to each other or next to each other. For example, A1, A2, A3, and so on. While as A1, that is Rahul, and Rohit are non-contiguous. For example, A1 and A6 are non-contiguous. Yeah, for example, A1 or A5 is non-contiguous. Yeah, let's suppose, for example, A1 or A4 is non-contiguous. D1 and D4 is non-contiguous. Right? As they are not connected to each other. Excel allows you to select multiple cells whether they are contiguous or not. And other term related to this is called as range. A range is nothing but collection of cells. For example, A1 to A6, right? This is the range. This is called as range. Let's suppose, for example, A1 to A4, this is called as range. A1 to A5, this is called as range. A1 to A6, this is called as range. For example, C1 to C3, it is called as range. So range is nothing but a collection of cells. For example, A1 to A6 together in a range of cells is a range of cells. This represents the list of employees of the company we have, right? This is this represents the list of employees that our company is having. There are several ways to select multiple cells in Excel. We'll be learning about some of these techniques in the upcoming videos. In this video, we will simply learn by dragging the mouse. To select multiple cells, click on first cell you need to work on, for example, B1, and hold down to the left mouse by clicking on left mouse button till the last cell you want to work on. Let's suppose, for example, my first cell I want to start from B1 and the last cell I want to work on is B4. All the cells in between will be selected. This is called as the range of cells. Before concluding this video, let's try to understand why do we select cells. Selecting cells is useful for many tasks such as entering data, changing the font, applying colors, copy paste and deleting the data, and using formulas and whatnot, right? Almost every task in Excel starts with selecting the correct cell or range of cells. So let's conclude this video with few important points to remember. Firstly, selecting cells is one of the first skills every Excel user should learn. In the next videos, we will learn different ways to select cells using the keyboard and using shortcuts. We'll learn both contiguous as well as how to select multiple contiguous or non-contiguous cells in the next upcoming videos by using different keyboard shortcuts. Thank you for watching. If you find this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe to our MBA Beginner YouTube channel. See you in the next video. Thank you.